So I don't just make videos, I also write books. This is The Rolling Sea, Trader Book 1, Esperanza's Party, and The Rolling Sea, Trader Book 2, The Island. And I'm hoping soon to bring out The Rolling Sea, Trader Book 3, Lessons in Love, and Trader Book 4, Test in Love. All 6 of my books that are out right now are available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. And in Esperanza's Party, Esperanza's having a birthday party, and she invited the crew as, part of the guest list. And Sean and Jesse start dancing with Elena and Alana, Esperanza's twin daughters. They kind of like the idea of twins dating twins. Well, they kind of decide no, they decide that in the island. But anyway, they kind of decide that the girls are, that Ashley and Chantel, even though they're 2 years apart, are practically twins anyway. So, so they're on the dance floor. They're dancing with Elena and Alana. And Ashley and Chantel walk up and catch every eye but theirs at first. And then finally they do catch Sean and Jesse's eyes. And all of a sudden Elena and Alana aren't important anymore. I mean, Sean was just dancing with Elena anyway, but everybody accuses him of dancing awfully close for it to just be dancing. So then Elena and Alana leave because, Alana's got a date with her boyfriend. But Elena, feels like the man that she wanted got taken away from her. So after the party, they're rowing the rowboats back to the ship, and Sean is ordered to come back afterward because there's a little matter that's upsetting Esperanza that they need to talk about. And you'll have to read the book to find out what happens. Of course, in the island, Sean and Jesse get bored and decide to put on a knife juggling show. And they invite all of the crew who doesn't have a job that day. Well, most of the grown-ups say no, but we'll watch the next one or something like that. And, most of the young people go to the show, including Ashley and Chantel. And their younger brother Brandon tries to trip them up by tossing more knives into the mix. Well, that's fine because, Sean and Jesse are so skilled that the knives go into the show and they just, catch them and toss them, catch them and toss them. So they tell Brandon to help them get the rest of the knives into the mix and then, sit back where he was because he almost got hit last time they did a knife juggling show. Well, he does that, and then the ship hits something. They don't know what. Because Travis was at the helm, but then he traded places with Luke so he could go to the bathroom. So Luke, instead of paying attention to where he was steering, accidentally started watching the knife show, and so the ship comes to an abrupt halt. Of course, the knives are still in motion, so they kind of go flying, but nobody gets hurt. And they, Sean and Jesse go over to the side of the ship and look down to find that they have stopped on a sandbar. They've discovered that the sandbar is attached to a large island, and they want to go exploring. They get permission. They, pack a few things to keep them safe just in case. And they go walking across the island. Well, while they're walking, there's a bunch of really big trees, like those 6 foot, 8 foot, whatever wide ones. I keep thinking 6 foot. And Jesse would go on the left side, and Sean would go on the right side, and then Jesse pretends that he didn't make it to the other side, so he gets Sean all scared, and then Jesse jumps out and goes, "Boo!" He does that about 2 or 3 times, and then it happens again. Well, Jesse's asking himself, wait, what am I doing? Because he didn't want to do it again. Sean was already upset at him about it. And you'll have to read the book to find out what happens from there. So, with the money from my books, I would really love to be able to donate good food to the food bank, because 95% of the time it's expired when you get it. I don't think that just because you're struggling to pay bills and eat, that you should have to put up with bad food. There's no excuse for that. Also, I would like to come up with some kind of shelter for those who are really down their luck and don't have a place to stay, and end up behind the grocery store with snow on the ground, 10 degrees outside, and it's night. So, I don't want to donate to, cancer research and Shriners and Make-A-Wish and do the angel tree at Christmas time, and the school supply drive. And I still think it would be really cool. I think it would be really cool if, there's a little kid and they're supposed to be dying of cancer, and I was able to have enough money to send them to Disneyland or Legoland or whatever it is. I keep thinking Disneyland, though, because I really want to go back. But I think it would be really awesome if I could, pay for them to, them and their family to go to Disneyland. And then by the time they get back, we've discovered how to obliterate their cancer so they get to live. But I can't do any donations without money. So please buy my books. Even if you bought one, it would help. So please buy my books and have a great day. Hi. So, just wanted to show you, I've made a lot of progress. Oh, I just realized that this is there. Oh my goodness. There's still a wall there. Don't worry, we're not going to take out the wall during this video. If anything, I'll pause it and take out the wall and then show you that it's gone. I take out things weird. Oh, okay. So normally nothing would go above this wall right here. You know, well, nothing would go higher than this level. And then there's this. Well, that is telling me that, you know, this line goes, you know, all the way out there, like 300, I think it's 300 spaces, and, anyway, I think it's 300 spaces, and, you know, that should be enough that if you look in any direction, you see ocean. And I had to go and figure that out because I've got the thing to a certain level, and I mean, you know, I've got the ocean out to a certain level, but there's no room for the ship to actually, you know, like if you could go and I guess do a mod or something like that to where your ship actually could go places and do things. There's not enough ocean to go anywhere. I'm still trying to build enough of Ireland that I can find where Australia goes. Because Australia is actually a big part of the story sometimes. But it's kind of funny because in one of the stories when I was dreaming about it, it was kind of like okay, so like my mansion in my stories, you know, like the island that we visit in Trader Book, I mean, yeah, Trader Book 2. Well, I really can't. Anyway, it has a village in it, but it's got like those big walls, like part of King Kong. Yeah, you know that part of King Kong where they open the big old doors and then all of a sudden you see this huge gorilla and it's like, whoa. It's the only part of King Kong I really know, except for the scene at the Empire State Building where, you know, he's being annoyed by airplanes and stuff. But you know, I have never seen King Kong. I told you we're not going to take that out right now. Okay, so I probably should have started this from the other end. But literally, we've got the water out to that wall, and no hiccups in the fence here. We need to fill this in with trees, but, you know, I'll work on that later. And it looks really nice over here. You can see there's ocean, and it looks like an ocean, and it's not one of those Minecraft oceans where, you know, you got like that, you know, where it's dirt and then it's like the ocean is literally 2 blocks deep. This is an ocean. See, originally we were only gonna go out. I mean, not only, but we were gonna go out this far, and then work our way back from there. Only problem is that okay, so you can see the ships. That's not a problem. This one doesn't have a front end like that one and that one. That is a problem, but that's not the problem I'm talking about right now. Oh, see, we're gonna bring the water to this spot. Oh, I can show you a handy dandy trick. I'm sorry, I think I watched way too much Blue's Clues with my daughter when she was little. Because that reminded me of Handy Dandy Notebook. If you've watched Blue's Clues, you'll get it. And if you haven't, I don't know what to do. Because you can either go and look it up on something, you know, like Hulu or something like that. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but I'm sure one of those streaming programs out there has Blue's Clues. I have not seen the newest Steve-like person. I've seen Steve and I've seen Joe, and I liked them. Of course, this is the person that literally still knows the words to the theme song of Dora. Not all of them, but, well, maybe it is all of them. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a really long time. You know, since my daughter's 20. Oh my goodness. My daughter's 20, my son's 15. And my cats are 11 going on 12 in August. Just turned 10. Oh, 2 days ago. And we forgot to tell him happy birthday. Aww. And our youngest, cat Sam will be 0, 12, 10, 8. He'll be 8 in May. So, if you put the bricks one, that's the top. If you put one under, like I did, then it will fill in so much easier. Now, my husband's theory that if you only put the wall in like that, it'll keep the water in, sometimes works. I'm not saying all the time. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't know what happens, but like Minecraft logic gets in there and it doesn't do it. Let's see, we got... Oh, I forgot to tell you. Okay, so there's 3 ships in our story. But after building this one right here, and I swear I built them all the same dimensions that they're supposed to be. But for some reason, it did not build the same, and I don't get it. But anyway, so this little one right here is the Rolling Sea number 1. This is the original ship, and I don't know why this is going so slow, because I did the flying thing and making it go faster and all that. Okay, so this is the number 1, and literally it's... Okay, the stairs aren't normally like this, to where one's coming from over here and one's coming from over here. But in my head, those stairs right there are right here, and that's above a bedroom or something, and that doesn't work. So, you got the cargo room, the bathroom, the only bathroom on the ship, Morgan and Hayden. This used to be Hayden. See, it says Hayden Havelock, captain's boyfriend, husband. He became the husband. So then he moved over here. But it becomes the nursery. And then Jake and Michelle. Jake's the navigator. And William and Cat Pendragon. William is the first mate. And then you have the brig. Okay, normally this looks a lot bigger, but that's not the point here. And normally there's not a 2-tone floor, but anyway, so normally there'd be those shackles right here. And if you don't know what shackles are, watch Sleeping Beauty. The part where they've kidnapped the prince and he's down in the dungeon. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. This place right here, fun fact, the former owner, not Morgan, but when Katie was captain, probably, there was a guy left here, and they found him, and the brig was really, really smelly, so they had to borrow fans and everything. So there's normally a chest like right here, but it fit over here better. And then a bed, well, a cot. not actually a bed, but a cot. And then this is the infirmary. Oh gosh. Okay, this is the infirmary. It's the hospital room. And these would hold hospital supplies. And then this room over here is for Alan the doctor, and they add Kelly later. And I don't know why his room is letting out into the secret passageway. Oh, and this goes down to... Where does this go down? I don't remember. Oh, okay. Goes down to the engine room. There's a... Okay, so the trapdoor you guys just saw, there's a ladder that goes up to there. And that's important for later, but then this is the bathroom to the guy that works on the ship's engine. Ship's a mechanic, that's what I usually call him. And he's got a really sweet room. That's a TV. That's room for DVDs, books, whatever. Canopy bed, nice orange. Dresser, nightstand. I went all out. I'm like, there's extra room down here. Why not? Oh, and a computer on a computer desk, and with a chair and everything. Now, even if you're not a redstone expert, I think you should be able to figure this out. You put your lever, put comparator facing that direction, facing out. And then you put... Okay, I can't remember what that one's called. Oh, redstone repeater facing out. And then 2 redstone dust. 1, 2. And you put another redstone repeater going that way. And making it a circle, kind of a circuit, to keep going. By putting a redstone dust here. And then you just connect it up. And I don't know that you actually have to have this many redstone repeaters. And I'm sorry if this is making anybody dizzy or anything. But I chose to put that many in there because it wasn't working otherwise. Anyway, so that's our engine. If I had the noises on, it would be making some serious noise. I haven't put a door on here. I'm going to put the, the gate for the fence. And the reason why I put fence in instead is because you can't go and take the iron fence or whatever you call it and make that connect up with any door. So I'm stuck with wood. Anyway, this is the cage under the stairs. And this is important because at one point Noah gets thrown right here and gets told, don't come down. But it doesn't quite work because, see, there's stairs and there's stairs and Luke's like right here and conducting the ceremony, but if you can't see Noah, it doesn't quite make sense. But Travis promised that he was gonna hurt somebody if they came down. So used to be that I was building these and there was only 4 beds in the room, so there was a lot more room. But I decided to make 8. I think I made the ship a little bigger than I usually make it. You have to put 2, like 2 blocks like that next to each other to put that bed up there, but then it stays, so that's awesome. So it looks like a bunk bed. The only thing you can't do is put a ladder. Um, so that's the female crew quarters. We don't say ladies because Morgan doesn't like that. That's the captain. So, this room holds Sharon, Britannia, Stephanie. Okay, literally, she is Stephanie Smith because that is my sister's name. Bess. I got the last name Summers from um from Buffy. So I hope nobody has a problem with that. Kelly, her last name is also from Buffy. So I put that it's Kat Duvall, but her actual name is Katarina Anna Duvall, and she becomes Pendragon. Heidi Kinsley, because I wanted to make the name as close to my pastor in Fairfield. His last name is Hensley. But I didn't want to make it the same because, it's not like a Christian book, so. But so I made it Kinsley. I don't know if Kinsley is actually a last name or if I made it up, but it seems to work. And then Michelle Wright, who becomes Michelle Castle. And then we have more female crew. Rebecca. Just says Rebecca D. I don't know what her last name is. Anyway, Angela and Anna, they're sisters. Brandy, Kimberly, Ariel, Cheryl. Oh, okay. So it says Cheryl Morris. That was my aunt's name. Rachel A. I have no idea. Oh, okay. So it's Rebecca DeMartine and Rachel Archambault. I have no idea if I'm saying that right because it's French. Archambault. Okay. But they need pink beds for one, and they need pink beds and they need bunk beds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then over here, we haven't labeled it yet. Oh, I don't think we had enough guys. Because there's an extra room that's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be that there is 4 rooms on this side and 5 rooms on this side. But that didn't make any sense, so I had to build it like this, and yeah. Then over here, we had Mitch, Jason, Josh, and Peter from before we got the others. And then, that's, okay, so at one point, this was Mitch, Jason, Josh, and Peter, and this was Travis, James, Ben, and Nathan, because those guys are from Shatana's, and those guys worked with Hayden and Jake at the mill. And then, oh wait, so we have Mitch, Jason, Josh, and Peter, Travis, James, Ben, and Nathan in this room. And at one point, William on a trundle. Oh gosh, somebody would get out of bed and step on the poor guy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and then this room had Luke, Jordan, Chris, Isaac, and Michelle's dad, James Wright, and Matt Grant, who is Britt Tania's boyfriend for a while, and then you'll have to read my books to find out what and then means. Anyway, so then there's the number 2, which is pretty much the exact same. Oh, no, I didn't show you something else on here. Okay, so like I said, normally the stairs would be over here, but I couldn't make that work. This is the dining room. There's another exit to the secret passageway. It goes up there so you can get into the captain's quarters. And then I don't know what we're doing with this space right here or this space right here, but it's supposed to be the kitchen and letting out into the secret passageway. I know you're saying it's not secret if I can see it, but see, normally it would be secret. You can see it at the moment. There's supposed to be, like, you know, right here, doors. Oh, I don't have doors. Anyway, there's supposed to be a set of doors right here, and then, you know, you walk back there, but that's supposed to be a lot closer. So, like, I'm probably going to make this the kitchen area, and then over here is, like, refrigerator, freezer. I don't know. That'd be awfully cold if you were, like, I mean, that could be awfully cold if you were sleeping on the other side of that wall from that freezer. Oh my goodness. Be nice in the summer, though. Okay, then we have the number 2. Oh, and TSMC has a TSMC Minecraft has a Typhon Minecraft has a lovely tutorial on how to make this, and I'm giving him a shout out because that is freaking cool. So this one has bathrooms, extra bathrooms, which is nice. This is the captain's quarters. So alongside one wall, she's got a cabinet with whiskey in it, and that's the cabinet. Dining room. Bedroom's the same but different, but there's a lot more. The only problem with this ship... Oh, and then a hallway and another hallway. Anyway, the only problem with this ship is that And we opened up the brig because originally I had it to where people were sleeping in that brig and there was partitions up and all that stuff. And okay, this is the infirmary but has nothing in it, and Oliver and Paige and family are living here at one point. And then on the other side, Raphael and Pepper are sleeping here, and see, that goes into the kitchen. I mean, the dining room. And this is the kitchen. And over here, we have food storage. And over here, we have the food freezer. See? Freezer. I don't see a refrigerator, but I will put in one of these days, I'm sure. And just like the other ship, there is a secret passageway all around. Bathroom. See, that's a shower represented by water. And then this is a sink, and that is a toilet. Really easy build. Oh, another bathroom. Okay, so this one, every time you see doors like this, it's a bathroom. That's Sean and Ashley's room. And that is Jesse and Chantel's room. I don't know. I don't see any more bathrooms, so I think there's one at the other end. But the problem with this one is that, you go down to go to the engine room. There should be an engine room here. But I had a lot more space. So I think this is the size of the number 3. And there's the engine room again. I think I tried to space it out, because you can, like, click on those things and make them not work simultaneously. Doesn't look like I did. Huh. Well, whatever. Okay, gotta navigate upstairs, because literally you go up here and there's nothing. And then all of a sudden there's stairs over here. I haven't fixed it yet, obviously. And then, oh, that side. And then there's the number 3, which isn't actually supposed to be this big, but it's supposed to be pretty big. I mean, it's supposed to be that big, but it's not supposed to be that big. Anyway, it's supposed to hold at least 600 people, and the way that, the crew makes babies, unless I turn this off, this should be the same. Oh no, we're taking a cat bye-bye. Okay. See, that's how the cage is supposed to look. Except for that, like I said, the door doesn't work. And this room right here I don't know how we're gonna do this, but this room right here, um, I'm I started to build the bathroom and the toilet apparently, but no sink. And this is the room that Mitch is in, and he's, you know, not elderly, but like he's definitely been having heart attacks or something. So he's in a wheelchair because I want to make sure he's gonna live. Oh, and here is the problem right there. So this water only goes up to this spot right here. Anyway, they want to make sure he's gonna live, so they've got him in a wheelchair, and that's where the elevator comes in handy. This is a waterfall. Because originally the water was going to be up this high. But it wasn't supposed to be up this high. I mean, it is here, I guess, but down there it needed to dip down. So, and this is a long, tedious process. And this is actually supposed to be more natural, but I ended up having to do it this way because it's Minecraft and I didn't exactly know what I was doing, so it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a nice gradual thing, maybe there's trees here and all that, and or at least trees on both sides, and then you go down the path and it's not supposed to be so like this. But I can't get it to be right. There's a secret passageway that goes here. I'm not going that way. And it comes out here to Ashley's secret spot. But, Sean didn't think that there was anything back here. So he didn't go much further than, because look, it's tiny. Anyway, he didn't go much further because he thought it was going to be, solid rock soon. Oh, and here's another one. A, I don't like tight spaces. B, I really don't like it when the ceiling is right above my head like that. But it lets out over here. And this is another secret spot that Ashley has. At one point, it's raining so hard that this fills in. And I guess they didn't know about the stairs at that point. And, they end up going up the stairs. And then they have to go over. Normally there wouldn't be that there, but there was animals in here. And they kept trying to go down there. Anyway, and they go over here. And they have to go and climb over it. Of course, I got cats here. Got 3 billion cats, it seems like. I don't actually have 3 billion cats. Anyway, and they come in here, and then the next morning or that night at dinner or whatever. I think it's for breakfast. Anyway, they're sitting here at the table. And all of a sudden they're seeing fish and sharks and, it's all filling in with water. So, this took a different turn than I was expecting it to, but okay. So, this is an elevator. Originally, the living room literally stopped right here. You know, this was the front door. And then I'm like, it's a mansion. It should have, fanciness. And I think we needed more space. We either needed more space up there or we needed the elevator to be where I wanted the elevator to be. I can't remember which. I think it was the elevator needed to be where I needed it to be. Yeah, so that wouldn't work the way I wrote the story. Huh. Because at one point, well, maybe they upgraded it to here. Anyway, at one point in the storyline, Chantel's standing like right here and calls Daddy and throws her knife, but not into her dad. She threw it into the floor right here so the door cannot open. She threw it right here so the door cannot open. So he couldn't get Jesse outside and tie him to the mast like he wanted to do. Well, she didn't think that Hayden had a backup plan and take him out the garage door. This is the garage, which apparently has birds in it. Lots and lots of birds. So this is going to be a special place of honor for Morgan's Trans Am. You see, it comes down this slope here. If I ever get stairs that are the color of the concrete like that, that would be great because then it wouldn't look so stupid with the wood. Anyway, there's more parking spots. Thought there was more parking spots than this. Oh, maybe I counted out 600 and that was it. I don't know. Although if Sean wants to bring his car collection to the house, we're going to need tons more space. So the house is partially finished. I call it a house, but it's really a mansion. So, where'd it go? So the elevator comes up to this point. Why would it be glass downstairs and not glass upstairs? I don't know. But, and then you go down the hall. Apparently there's a ton of places where you can go down the hall. And more rooms and more rooms and more rooms. It's awesome. See, in the balcony, it goes all the way around. At one point, are we on the second floor? No, we're on the third floor. But, we can drop down one. Okay, so one of these rooms back here, we'll say this room. is Nicolette's room. And her boyfriend, whose name escapes me right now, they had a fight at school or something like that. And he comes over to ask her a question, beg for mercy, whatever it was. And he's like walking over here and he's throwing pebbles at her window. Well, she's on the second floor, I believe. So he's throwing pebbles at her window, which obviously she doesn't have a window right now, but pretend. And all of a sudden, one of the dogs comes up. Well, he goes and climbs this. And when I think of that scene, there's not the beacons pretending to be lights. But, he goes and climbs this, gets over here, and knocks on her door. And I think it was that maybe some girl kissed him, or he supposedly kissed a girl, but, like, they got their lips so close that it looked like they were kissing, but they really weren't. And he still got the $20. Anyway, so I think they end up kissing on that balcony. Originally, it was going to be individual balconies. But then I decided I didn't like that. Oh, that threw me off. Okay, so I guess we'll end the video here. I hope you're having a great day. Know that you are enough. Know that there's no problem you cannot handle. And I'll see you in the next video. So I don't just make videos, I also write books. This is The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 1, Pirate's Daughter, and The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 3, Hard Times. I'm trying to make this part as interesting as possible. But, so Pirate's Daughter introduces the captain of the ship and some of the stuff that happens to her, which has connections to what happens to Hayden in his book, which has connections to William's book, Hard Times. So there will be elements of sameness in the first 3 or 4 books, but the first 4 books, but it's not all the same. So it's not like, buy Pirate's Daughter and you got the whole story for Morgan, Hayden, William, and the 4th book's Jake. You'll miss stuff if you don't get all 4 of them. I mean, if you don't read all 4 of them. So, Morgan has been kidnapped by pirates, multiple times, and she goes home after work and she checks her, she checks around the yacht just to make sure. It's one of those really small yachts. It just has like a cabin room, and there is a bathroom, but that's pretty much it. Like she probably has a camp stove and maybe a mini fridge, and that's it. So, so that night, she just gotten off work, and she checks around. She goes and double checks the bathroom just to make sure, because Hayden suggested she do so. And then she checks her email. She answers all of them, and then lays down on her floor, her bed on the floor to get some sleep. Well, the captain comes, and you have to read the book to find out what happens. Now, with Hard Times, William is the son of the governor of New York. So I don't know exactly what governors do and, how much rank they have, but I made his rank pretty high. And I hope this isn't true in real life, but my governor of New York is run by the mafia. So, and if that is reality, then I did not write it about you guys. I hope that's not about reality, but anyway. So, his mom has been keeping the peace around the house, but she passes away of cancer when he's 16. And that's unfortunate because his dad all of a sudden changes some of the rules. Like, he isn't allowed to go out of his room, and he's not allowed to have friends over, and some weird stuff. Anyway, so William runs away a few times, and he's always brought back by his mafia nanny and minions. Well, finally, when he's 21, he gets out on his own, and he ends up in France at Chateauneuf, where Morgan works, and he gets a job. Well, one of his first people to come visit him is the girl that was at the garden party when he was 16. Never got her name, but it's definitely her. Well, he doesn't know it's her, but it's definitely her. Anyway, so she visits with them for a little while, and then she has to go home. Well, later, William's, out drinking with his friends, and she happens to stop by in that particular bar to use the phone because her car's broke down. Well, of course, Mitch is the mechanic of the ship, and, he's worked on cars before that, so William asks him to help, and he said, he agrees, so William and Kitty get to sit there and have a conversation, because she says that William can call her Kitty. Anyway, they get to have a conversation while Mitch is fixing the car. Later, she comes back and she wants to have another conversation. So he stops drinking for her and they have a conversation. But you have to read the whole book to find out if, they live happily ever after, or if disaster happens. Um, with my money for my books, I really want to be able to donate good food to the food bank, and I want to be able to come up with some kind of shelter so nobody is left behind the grocery store, snow on the ground, 10 degrees or less outside, trying to sleep in the middle of the night and freezing to death. I also want to donate to cancer research and Make-A-Wish and all sorts of different things, but I can't do any of that without money. So please buy my books and have a great day.